So, Saquon Barkley is on the cover of Madden 26, a feat that no Philadelphia Eagle has been able to accomplish since Donovan McNabb in 2005 for Madden NFL 2006, the year after the Super Bowl run that they had, which of course ended in defeat against the New England Patriots, Tom Brady and Belichick back in February of 2005. But regardless, I figured I'd lay my 2 cents on this because while it's very, very awesome and quite honestly a major accomplishment to the already amazing career that Saquon has had, not just his career as a whole, but his time in Philadelphia, the accomplishments that he has done in a year, 2,000 yards rushing, led the entire league, broke the record all time, including the playoffs for the most rushing yards in a season, won a Super Bowl, was a big contributor in winning that Super Bowl, and of course, top it off, your offensive player of the year, and you land yourself on the cover of Madden NFL 2026. A lot of people are worried because of the Madden curse. Madden 25 was quite a pulverizing one because it was Christian McCaffrey, and we know the season that he had last year, which, not a whole lot to see because he was on the bench / unable to really do anything except rehab and try to get better and healthier. But that's a whole different thing. That is a completely different thing. That's not just a freak injury with him. He has a condition that is very difficult for running backs to deal with. Look at guys like Todd Gurley, who had issues with his knee as well. Sure, something different, but either way, same exact sort of thing. Running backs that have issues with their knees in any way are not very successful long term. And Saquon was very fortunate enough to have a full season. The first time he's played a full season, of course, if you take out week 17 or week 18 rather, he played a full 16 games and ran for over 2,000 yards, and he's deserving of all the accolades, everything. And I, for one, I'm not very superstitious. I don't believe in jinxing things. I don't believe in I find it kind of pointless to have this sort of superstition over certain things like this. It's freaky, don't get me wrong, the coincidences and the Madden curse and all of its evidence, but I, for one, don't believe in it, and I think there have been recent times like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, for example, where they've avoided it, that the curse didn't hit them. On another note, today is a day removed after, Darius Slay and James Bradbury officially getting released by the Philadelphia Eagles, which opens up a lot of cap space, as well as Bryce Huff, the whole trade to the 49ers with him. Eagles have opened up a lot of cap room, like 27-something mil in cap space, which makes me think that they have more in store. There are a lot of free agents out there. There are people that can be traded for. And when it comes down to adding depth, I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles make a few moves here and there to bring some people into Philly to, help load up players behind the starters, because we do have a very young core of players top to bottom on this team, especially on the defensive side, that we could definitely maybe pick up a player or two here and there. But I'm very, very happy with this young group of guys that are, especially on the offensive side, like Hurts and Smitty and AJ and Saquon for that matter, who are taking everything very seriously. In Super Bowl is the past. We're at OTAs, we're training now, we're working hard for 2025 and the 2026 season, and that's their mind. And everything that they accomplished last year, they're proud of it. They're happy that they were able to do it, but now they want more. And I absolutely love this mentality from everybody, from all the leaders. And I think this team is still very poised for something special. And with the schedule released last month as well, which I didn't cover much, I've been very MIA, and I apologize, but I've been thinking long and hard about how this is going to go, not just for the Eagles, but for the rest of the NFC East, for other teams in the conference. I really do think that the Los Angeles Rams, now that Jalen Ramsey is a Ram again, even before that, I think the Rams are a bona fide number 2 seed, regardless of if it's the Eagles or anybody else who emerges, maybe the Commanders, who knows, to get that number 1 seed. I know right now the Eagles are favorites to get that 1 seed, but I would not be surprised if the Rams were in competition for or got the number 2, because they have a lot of talent, and they pushed us to the edge last year in the divisional round. They were a challenge, a force to be reckoned with. And if it wasn't for Jalen Carter and a couple of very, very great plays like the fumble, the sack on 3rd and long to force 4th and long to end the game, who knows? Very different outcome for sure. So I think this Eagles team with their young core is very, very, very poised for something special, but they do have teams to worry about. Obviously, the Buccaneers have our number. Rams are going to be, in my mind, the biggest threat. Commanders in our division. The Cowboys, when they're healthy, they play well in the regular season. So it's going to be interesting, and that's not even tackling the NFC North. We don't know how J.J. McCarthy's going to be. I know that the Lions center just retired today, so that kind of points a question mark at their offensive line now. But they're getting healthy on the defensive side, so they will be a threat. And obviously the Green Bay Packers are no scrub either. They're going to be contenders as well. So NFC is pretty loaded right now. And again, outside of the Bucs, that's not touching anybody else in the South. And outside of the Rams, that's not touching anybody in the West. The Cardinals will be pretty solid. The Seahawks will be there. The 49ers will be healthy again. Who knows how this playoff season is going to look, and I cannot wait for football. Let me know how you guys feel about Saquon on the cover, all the moves that the Eagles have been making, or lack thereof, and of course the schedule. Let me know what you guys feel as we get closer and closer to the start of summer and to the start of training camp. Let me know how you guys feel, and I'll see you all later.